Come do the Ha Giang loop with me, one of the best things you can do in the whole of Vietnam. Day 3. The most in-depth look at the Ha Giang loop on the internet. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Join me as we do a 5-day tour of Ha Giang and Khao Bang. No filter, no sugarcoating, just the truth. Let's go! Today I actually felt like I started the Ha Giang loop. The day before felt a bit stop-start. Today's been much better stops, much better views, phenomenal. Day 3. Okay guys, I had a good night's sleep at the hostel. It was much better than the other one. It was warm and it wasn't as noisy. So we're off to a great start. Now come, let's get breakfast. So they didn't give us any options today. It looks like it's pancakes by force.
Amazing.
Today was just as much of a surprise for me as it is for you guys. We didn't have much information, just that we'd be going towards Lugia and we'd get there for around 3 p.m. There is an itinerary online, but a 5 or 10 minute explanation in the morning really wouldn't have hurt. But don't worry guys, you won't be left in the dark like I was. I have the information for you. So there's actually 3 main stops today. There's an hour hike at the first stop, and then the other stops are just picture stops. They're quite far apart from each other, but an hour drive each one. And the scenery is beautiful guys. Just take a minute to appreciate it. Okay, so we just got to our first stop off and we're doing a little hike. Surprise, surprise. Love it. This threw me completely off guard. After the most beautiful scenery we'd seen, we got to this mountain and was told we'd be going on a hike. Bear in mind guys, I didn't even know we'd have hikes as part of our itinerary on the route. That's one thing I wish was explained better. Like I said, we didn't have our routes set out to us properly, so we didn't have the proper expectations. So despite the route being organized, it didn't feel like it. So we just rock climbed to the top, guys. Now we need to get back down. It is a bit tricky, so just be careful. Let me try to show you guys the way down. I couldn't really record it on the way up because, yeah, it's a bit dangerous.
You never take that risk.
After getting some memorable pictures, it was time to leave. A quick bit of advice, if you do ever want to get down and you find it difficult, sit down and ascend down. That's going to help out a lot. The second day felt completely different. The roads, the rides, the scenery. And it really felt like the adventure just started, where the day before sort of felt like a tick box activity. That is just what we climbed up earlier. Be very careful if you do decide to climb up that little peak. Make sure that you're wearing the appropriate clothes and just take your time and be slow. Slow and steady and you'll be fine. So far, that's the most favorite thing I've done, apart from smoking a little Vietnamese pipe. The tour so far has had plenty of stops. So yesterday, like every 20 kilometers, we were stopping, which it was a bit too much, but I guess it's part of the tour. So if any of you guys were worried about you're going to be riding all day, don't worry about that. I love this first stop. It was so fun, so engaging, and so nice just to do something a bit different. The scenery and views got much better today. As we rode deeper into the mountains, you just see those rich and full mountain ranges. And just be aware, visibility can vary a lot depending on the weather that day. Just like that, we was off to the next stop. Just take in these windy roads. Can't get enough of them. Look at that. For us, this was just a picture stop, and I later found out that most tours, they actually go onto the river and do a bit of an activity, which was a bit disappointing to find out later. Be conscious of the fact that different companies do have slightly different activities and itineraries. Bear with me with the audio quality, guys. I've recorded this entire series off my iPhone and my phone has took a beating. I think it's a bit water damaged and the microphone's a bit iffy, so apology. So after the hiking, we had a nice long drive. Now I'm gonna get lunch and we're gonna have another long drive. I think about 30 or 40 kilometers. Let's go. Lunch was a lot better today. There was a lot more food. But by the time they brought it all out, it was cold and I was starving by the time it was time to eat. Maybe I'm being a princess. Maybe I'm being dramatic. Let me know if I am. I'm sure you guys have noticed the road conditions by now. They're getting worse and worse. More potholes, more bumps, more gravel. Get used to it. It's only gonna get worse from here. But we're just at some rice terraces, so yeah, let's go and have a look. And we're back on the road. This next journey was the longest one we'd had so far. It felt like we rode more on this one journey than the whole of the previous day, and this was more like it for me. It was a lot more like what I had expected and had in mind. Long drives through beautiful scenery in rural Vietnam. Perfect. Today I actually felt like I started the Ha Giang loop. The day before felt a bit stop-start, a bit forced, but today was amazing. We didn't have as many stops, but the stops were more meaningful, more fun. Guys, last stop of the day before we get to our homestay, which is in a village this time. So we're going to be staying in the village with the villagers and hopefully staying in one of their houses, you know, getting a bit of the culture. But yeah, this is the last stop before we do get to our place of rest for today. And yeah, today's been much better, much less stops, longer rides, better stops. We had a little bit of hiking. Yeah, much better views, more mountains. Phenomenal. Let me show you guys the view. And we didn't realize it at the time, but this was our last picture together before we split up. Yes guys, time to get to the homestay now. Last ride of the day. Just like that, we was on the last leg of our journey and I was shattered, guys. We had a big day today, especially that hike. And our homestay in Du Gia was beautiful. Look at this. We was in between some valleys and some mountains in quite a rural part of the town. And the views were just beautiful. And I was hoping that my homestay would be beautiful as well, because the accommodation, it's been hit and miss. So it looks like you get your own little room here, which is alright, a bit more of me. Okay guys, so this is definitely the best day we've had out of the 3 nights. It's a homestay, so we get our own room. It's not like a hostel where it's a dormitory, which I much prefer. I like having my own space. And yeah, beautiful scenery in the village. And we're just gonna chill for a little bit and then we're gonna go to the village, discover what's there, and I need to sit down and go through my videos. I've took so many of them just for you guys and myself. Exploring where we're staying, a little village. So today we started a bit later. We had breakfast at 8:30. We set out at 9:30 and we got to our homestay at 3:30. And it was generally a lot better and the view was a lot more scenic. The weather was really nice and yeah, I really enjoyed today. So yeah, we're just gonna walk around. Dinner's at 7, then that's our day pretty much done. The landscape and scenery where we were staying was unbelievable. It was amazing. We took a little wander around the village and there's honestly not much. It's a sleepy town. You can see all the other riders riding through here. There's just a few local markets and there's not really much else to see. If you guys remember, we were supposed to go to a waterfall at the end of the day. Now we ran out of time, so we'd go the next day instead. but this was never communicated to us. So when I went home and checked the itinerary online, I felt like I was missing out. I had to raise it with the company, who then had to get the drivers to explain it to us, you know. It felt a bit awkward having to constantly complain to the provider, feeling like a bit of a snitch, to be honest with you.
Ooh, he's snitching. Everybody, he's Hey, dude.
I didn't want to be complaining and maybe getting the drivers in trouble, but I also felt like maybe I'm not getting my money's worth. And this lack of communication would have just been so easy to fix. Yeah, I felt a bit peckish, and the food here is a bit hit and miss, the food that they give you on the tour. So like yesterday was a hot pot. It filled me up. It filled me up, but when the food's hit and miss, I thought, you know what, let me just eat something beforehand. That way I know my belly's gonna be full.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Dinner tonight was delicious, and I regret the pho. I didn't need it.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
There's no heating in here, so hopefully it's not too cold tonight. Accommodation provided hasn't really been the best.